How would you improve Amazon? Welcome to Broad School, and today we'll be going through the question, how would you improve Amazon? If you look at product management interview, there are 5 types of questions you can encounter, out of which our question today lies within the product design bucket. Specifically, it's a subtype of product design questions, which is the product improvement question. So let's see how we can go ahead and solve it. So we recommend using a 3-step approach to answer product improvement questions in a PM interview. This approach is also known as the BUS framework, where B stands for business objective, U stands for user problems, S stands for solutions. So step 1 is to understand the business objective. Now many candidates, they skip this step and start listing ideas to improve the product in an unstructured way. This is a big red flag for interviewers. Here are the things you need to do before you even start to think about actually improving the product. First, you need to outline your answer. Second, you need to show that you have a basic understanding of the product. Third, you need to define the business objective. Then, now that you know more about the business situation and the objective, it's time to think about the users and their problems in greater detail. Here are the things that you need to do in step 2. You need to select a particular user type. Then you need to list the user problems for the selected user type. And then finally, you need to prioritize these user problems so that you go ahead and give solutions in step 3. Once you have identified or defined the user problems you are trying to solve, it's time to generate some solutions. And here's how you do it. You list your solutions, you go ahead and prioritize these solutions, and then you summarize. So let's see how we can apply the BUS frameworks for our question for the day, which is how would you improve Amazon? So even before we dive in, we know that the first step will be for us to go ahead and lay out our approach and show our understanding of the product. Why is this important? So that our interviewer knows that we are not just blabbering around, but we have a defined structure that we know for the problem that he's asking us to solve. So as a candidate, I'll go something like this. First, I'm going to make sure I understand the product correctly and define what specific business metric we are trying to improve. Second, I'll focus on defining the target user for which we want to improve the product and brainstorm what additional user problems we can solve. And third, I'll generate solutions for these problems. I'll go ahead and prioritize them, and I'll go ahead and make a recommendation. So my understanding of Amazon is that it's a big organization with various products like Amazon Marketplace, which is primarily an online shopping portal where users can buy anything from groceries to apparel to electronics from different sellers. Then we have AWS, which is their cloud division, and so on. We have many products like Fire Stick and all. So then the important piece is I'll ask my interviewer, is that what you have in your mind as well? Now, once the interviewer actually says yes, this is where we'll actually go ahead and start our BUS framework. So first, to gain clarity, I'll ask some fundamental questions. The first one will be, which part of Amazon do you want us to improve? Is it AWS? Is it Marketplace? Is it Fire Stick? Etc. And let's assume that the interviewer actually informs us that it's the Marketplace that they want us to improve. Then I'll ask, hey, what exactly is the meaning of improvement? Because there are many types of improvements you could be focusing on for the product. Therefore, you need to define the business objective with your interviewer. So the question would be, what is the meaning of improvement? Is it increase in revenue? Is it increase in user engagement? Is it more about retention of users? And again, we'll assume that our interviewer is informing us that given the mature state and the current spike in usage of Amazon because of the pandemic, he wants us to focus more on retaining the newly acquired customers in the last 6 to 8 months. And at this step, now we have our overall goal, which is to improve the funnel conversion for newly acquired customers. And what we mean by that is from user coming to Amazon to searching for a product to buy, to posting reviews about the product, to finally coming back to Amazon and buying something else. We want to improve this overall cycle. So this is where now I have a structure to my problem. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and subcategorize my user further. Now, as we mentioned before, now you should identify the different types of users within your defined category for your product and select one to focus on. So you could go something like, so among newly acquired users, the various categories will be: one, users who exactly know what product they want to buy; users who know what product they want to buy but not the exact company or brand; third, users who do not know what they want to buy. So let's say the interviewer actually gives you a choice to pick here. And at this step, what you need to do is you need to justify your choice. He's not looking at picking the correct answer, but he's looking at what reasoning you are giving behind your particular choice. So for instance, you can go something like, let's imagine we are focusing on category 2, users who know what type of product they want to buy, but not the exact brand or company. Since as Amazon, we can get a lot more orders from such users if we help them in decision-making process. So our next step will be to actually wear the shoes of this particular user subtype. So what are the problems that they are facing when they are using Amazon? And so here are some examples. So as a candidate, I'll go something like, one area where I feel Amazon could improve is the pre-buying experience, where user needs to do the research about multiple products and finalize on one product that he or she will buy. Another aspect is, while Amazon does provide user reviews and ratings, but often new items do not have a lot of reviews and ratings. Third, as a user of the product, they cannot reach out to people who have already bought this product. Fourth, they have to use different websites or YouTube videos or Google customer opinions about the product that they are thinking of buying. Fifth, every user will have sort of a different expectation from a product. So even if the product reviews are good, his expectations may not be matched. Another one could be, so sometimes certain products may match your budget, but they may not have good reviews and vice versa in that particular case. And hence you should know about alternate products which you can go for instead of what you have searched for. Now, once you have defined the user problems you are trying to solve, it's time to generate certain solutions. First, for each of the user problems you have identified, you should generate potential solutions. Once you've generated a few ideas, it's time to prioritize the ones you will be recommending for building. A common way of doing this is to grade each solution with two different parameters. One, impact on user value. Second, efforts to build. So let's do that for our solutions as well. So solution 1 is allowing the user to add friends by searching users on Amazon, as well as by supporting login through Facebook or Google SSO. What we can do as Amazon is we can show which of their friends have bought similar products, and any user can chat with them on Amazon and know more about the product. Now, post giving a solution, as I mentioned, you need to go ahead and give a rating to this particular solution. So this particular one could be high impact and low effort. The next one will be Amazon can go ahead and assign an expert on request in case user is not able to decide. This can be part of the Prime service. This is sort of a high impact, high effort solution. A third solution could be allowing users to chat with any other user who has bought the product and get opinion from them. This is sort of a medium impact solution, but it's low effort again. And the last one could be you can go ahead and create blogs and provide links on the results page. These blogs should have links to products on Amazon. For example, blogs such as headphones below a particular threshold amount or HD TVs below a particular threshold amount. Again, this particular solution is sort of high impact and it's medium effort. Now, know that the ratings that you gave to your solutions will obviously be debatable, as they will be based on your own judgment. But know that your interviewer is mainly interested on how you think, not the ratings themselves. As long as you are able to justify your grading with sound logic, they will think you are doing a good job. So after you've selected a few solutions, it's always a good idea to talk about trade-offs. For instance, for solution number 1, not finding many people who have bought the product. That is, for friends on social media, there might not be enough people who have added friends on Amazon as well. Similarly, for solution 2, it's sort of an expensive option where you need to hire people for this who would keep answering queries from users. Solution number 3 is sort of good, but other users may not like them being pinged multiple times on Amazon by prospective buyers of the product. For solution number 4, the trade-off is that the need for writers or experts who know about the products from different categories, they may not be able to cover all categories. Now after this, you could tell your interviewer something like, so after grading each solution, it looks like I think I'll build solution number 4 and solution number 1 for starters, since it seems to be a good compromise between difficulty of implementation and solving the user problem. Lastly, you talk about how will you measure if your solution is successful or not. So you need to define some metrics. So here again you will go something like, so post implementation we can look at number of orders per user per month, percentage conversion per session, and conversion time from when a user initially started searching for a product to purchase of a similar product. Now finally, you are done. You have come to the conclusion of your overall exercise. So it's a great idea to state the initial question and summarize what feature or product you suggest building and why. So this summary is a simple way of telling your interviewer that you are done answering the question. And again, it's an efficient way of showing you have got great communication skills. So you'll go something like, finally, let's summarize. So our recommendation to increase newly acquired user attention for Amazon Marketplace is to implement the following two features, which is allowing the user to add friends by searching users on Amazon, as well as by supporting logins through Facebook or Google SSO. Second, creating blogs and providing links on the results page. These blogs should have links to products on Amazon, like headphones beyond a particular threshold or HDTVs beyond a particular amount of money. Post implementation, we'll look at certain metrics around change in funnel conversion to evaluate the impact of our solution. Alright, so that was an answer to the product improvement question around how would you improve Amazon. However, as a general tip around how to practice product management interview questions, here is our recommended approach. 1. You need to learn a consistent method for answering product management questions. For example, for product improvement questions, this BUS framework that we just mentioned could be a really good framework for you to actually learn and implement. Second, you need to practice a lot. And again, you need not to invest in something. You can go ahead and practice by yourself and practice by your peers. This may sound strange, but it's an excellent way to improve the way you communicate your answers during an interview. So what you need to do is you need to play the role of both the candidate and the interviewer, asking questions and answering them just like two people would do in an interview. Alright, that's all we had for you in this particular video. Put a comment down below in case you have queries, and I'll see you in the next one.